not here to hate on the chip clip, but there's an even better way out there to store your chips, and it's about time you put it into practice. Here's how. Rolling up a bag of chips certainly isn't rocket science, but with a little thought and care, you can keep your chips crisp and tasty for as long as possible. After you've opened your chip bag and helped yourself to a delicious snack, make sure that all the remaining chips are in the bottom of the bag. Then try to get as much air out of the bag as possible. Oxygen is the enemy of a crisp chip, so we don't want excess air in the bag. Once all of the chips are in the bottom of the bag, fold both of the bag's corners inward, making a point, like you would if you were making a paper airplane.
たくさんこう畳んでいくといいかと思います。もしくは中身を全部食べちゃうっていうのもありですね。
Clip your bag in the center, and those chips will stay fresh longer. Sometimes you find yourself with a bag of chips and no chip clip. Now what? Rather than wad up the chip bag and end up with stale chips the next day, you can save your leftover chips by employing a bit of origami. That way, you can be sure they'll be fresh and waiting for you when you're ready to snack again.
I want my chips.
Just as in the previous method we discussed, get all the air out of the bag and fold the top of the bag's two corners inward. Roll the top of the bag down until you reach the chips inside. This is where you would normally put the chip clip, but now you'll use your thumb to roll both edges inside out. Each end of the roll should now have two small pockets that keep the bag from unrolling. Presto! Your chips are now sealed up fresh with the bag itself locking out any air. After rolling up your bag of chips, the next step for keeping your chips tasting fresh and perfectly crisp is knowing the best place to store them. If you know for sure that you're going to be snacking on them again in a matter of hours, then the pantry is fine. But what if you want to put your willpower to the test, or you have a cartoonishly huge bag of chips that you don't plan on finishing for weeks or even months? If that's the case, then the kitchen pantry is actually not the best place to keep your chips crunchy and delicious. It might sound strange, but you're going to want to put those chips in the freezer. This might seem like an odd place to store chips, but chips stay fresh the longest when they're in a sealed, dry place. And guess what? Your freezer is probably the most sealed and dry place in your kitchen. If frozen chips don't sound very appetizing to you, don't worry. Believe it or not, your chips won't totally freeze. They'll just get really cold, like a bottle of liquor would. This is because during the chip cooking process, most of the moisture is cooked out of the potato or corn. Sally Mitchell of the American Chemical Society suspects that the small amount of water left in the chip is just enough to prevent its starches from breaking down without turning your chips into little wafers of ice. According to Lifehacker, Mitchell said, when you put potato chips in the freezer, the water content is very low, and it probably just freezes the residual water. It doesn't even matter what type of chip you have. Throw them in the freezer and they'll stay fresh almost indefinitely. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more mashed videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.